stepped off the bus with a shadowed stare, worn out boots and 1,000-yard glare. No metal showed on his calloused hands, just the weight of things we'll never understand. The town was small, but he looked so wide, like a ghost who never truly arrived. Mama hugged, he barely spoke, just nodded once and lit a smoke. Now there's boot prints in the dust on the road he walked back to us. But the man we knew got lost somewhere between the silence and the desert air. He don't talk about the sand or guns or the brothers buried by the sun, but each night he walks, and each night it's just more boot prints in the dust. He fixed up the barn and mended the fence, worked with hands that had known offense. Kids in town would stop and stare at the man with pain and the way he cared. Some say war leaves you when you're done, but he still flinched at a setting sun. And when church bells rang, he stayed behind, said God's got soldiers lost in time. You can patch the skin, mend the bone, but not the nights when you're alone. Some come back, but they don't return, just carry smoke and lessons learned. Still those boot prints mark the land, a quiet trail carved by a trembling man. And he ain't broken, but he's not the same. He don't cry, he just says names. If you listen close when the wind kicks up, you'll hear a voice in the rising dust. A soldier's truth, no need to adjust, just follow the boot prints in the dust. He made it home, but never quite back. Came back home with 1,000-yard stare, dust on his boots and silence in the air. No ticker tape, no band, no sound, just the echo of wheels touching hometown ground. His mama cried, his old dog barked, but he just nodded and walked past the yard. There's a weight he carries deep and wide. You can't see it, but it walks beside. And there's boot prints in the dust from a man who gave more than enough. The war is over, or so they say, but the battle still calls him every day. You can mend the flesh, you can stitch the skin, but not what broke and stayed within. Now he walks the dust, never says much, leaving boot prints in the dust. Porch light flickers, the night grows still. He sits alone on that wind-worn sill. Neighbors pass, they tip their hats, but no one asks if he's fine with that. There's a picture frame from '99, 4 boys smiling in a desert line. He's the only one still breathing air. The rest are names and folded prayers. Some wounds don't bleed, they burn inside, like those platoons you cannot hide. And though he made it back alive, there's a part of him that didn't survive. Now there's boot prints in the dust. Alty walk roads when the dark comes up, and in every step is a name, a face, a whispered vow you can't replace. And though he won't speak and he won't cry, you watch his stars like battle skies. And every night through grief and rust, he leaves footprints in the dust. He came home, but never all the way. I found a book in the attic chest, wrapped in twine and a soldier's vest. Pages worn with dirt and flame, and every word still spoke his name. France 1916, the first line read, trenches cold and Jimmy's dead. We held the line till dusk grew thin. Now only ghosts are marching in. And oh, the echoes from the trenches cry, through mud and blood beneath the sky. They wrote of rain and rats and fate, and boys who left too young, too late. No glory tales, just boots and bone, letters home in broken tones. A war of steel, a war of men that never truly reached its end. He wrote a jack who sang at night to drown the fear neath flickered light. A hymn for home, a verse for peace, for moments war would briefly cease. He carved a cross in the bunker wall, for every name he could recall. Said we're not heroes, just the proof that freedom bleeds more than it moves. And in between each scribbled line were prayers to make it home in time. But time's a thief and war don't bend, it steals the mightiest of men. So I read his name at that stone wall, among the brave who gave it all. And when the wind begins to moan, I swear I'm not standing there alone. His words still hum through gunmetal air, like echoes caught in a soldier's prayer. He's gone, but not in ink and pen. He lives in echoes now and then. From the trenches, he still speaks.
I walk the length of that granite wall, each name a whisper, each one a call. Tired boots on marble stone, but I wasn't there to mourn alone. It's been 10 years and some lost days since the war took you away. But I heard your name in the autumn air, so I came to find you standing there. Her name's on the wall, the morning light, etched in silence, carved in fight. No trumpet call, no banner flew, but she gave all, and I still knew. The medic's hands, the midnight runs, the quiet strength, the war undone. She didn't fall, the glory told, but now she shines, her name on the wall. They said she held a boy's last breath, calmed his fear and faced his death. She wrote their names in a worn-out book and folded letters with a steady look. She wore no stripes, no battle pride, just a cross and will to stand and try. And when the fire found her that night, she lit the dark with quiet light. Now flowers rest beneath her name, and I still speak it just the same. She lives in stories left untold, in every hand she tried to hold. Her name's on the wall when the sunlight breaks between the names and the ache it takes. She saved more lives than most recall, but only I still feel it all. No statue made, no marching song, but she's the reason I came home. She gave her heart, her strength, her all. Now I find peace with her name on the wall. She never asked to be remembered, but I always will.
Mama baked his favorite pie, hung the flag out by the drive. His little sister cleaned his room like he'd be stepping in by noon. Daddy patched the old front gate, put on his tie, though he hates that thing. Said he's coming home, the town should see. But no one knew what it would be. They lined the streets with folded hands, car ran. No boots hit the gravel ground, just silence hanging all around. A soldier stood with careful grace, tears welling on the mama's face. A flag was placed where arms should have been. That was the day he came home without him. They dressed the porch with yellow thread, but left it up long past the end. She still rocks in his old chair, talking soft like he's still there. His dog still waits near the old wood floor, tail wagging at the screen door. Some homecomings break like thunderclaps, but this one just collapsed. Keeps his medals in a drawer, and a letter she can't read anymore. He promised Ma I'll be alright, but he never made it through that fight. No marching band, no welcome sign, just folded hands and borrowed time. The house still holds the things he knew, the dreams he had, the boots, the shoes. And though the war is far from here, his memory lives in every tear. A boy they raised, a man they missed, forever home, but not like this. The porch light's still on, just in case. There's a pair of boots by the back screen door, same place they've sat since '44. Dust on the laces, worn at the sole, but no one dares to move them at all. Mama still sweeps round where they stand, like he might come in with calloused hands. She talks to him when she's all alone, says, "Johnny, you're late, supper's gone cold." Johnny's boots by the door, telling stories without saying a word. Every scuff, every stain holds the boy, the mud, the rain. And though he won't walk in no more, she won't put him up or sweep that floor. Grief don't knock, it just stays for sure, like Johnny's boots by the door. His coat still hangs on a kitchen chair, and his cap's on the hook like he's still there. Dad reads the paper but stares through the ink, wonders what his boy might have been, you think. They built that porch with their own four hands. Johnny carved his name in the porch rails, and every Sunday church and sweet tea grace, but an empty chair still holds his place. Time rolls on, but some things stay, like boots too heavy to tuck away. Love don't leave, it just sits in dust and waits in silence for one of us. Johnny's boots by the door still whisper, steps across that floor. He's gone, but he never left. Not from hearts, not from breath. So we keep him there by that screen door frame, like a monument carved without a name. And every time the wind sweeps that porch, we swear we hear his boots once more. Still waiting, like he's coming back home. There's an old man down by Fisher's Bend with a wool coat, freight, and a pipe to tend. Each night he walks 'neath the willow's arch to light a flame and watch the dark. They say he had a boy back then, ran off young and was never seen again. And every dusk since that goodbye, he sets that lantern down and lets it shine. The lantern by the river glows like a prayer the midnight water knows. He don't speak much, just sits and waits for a shadow walking through heaven's gate. Maybe it's hope, maybe it's pain, or maybe both wear the same old name. But come rain or snow, he'll strike that flame and light the lantern just the same. Folks say the boy was a restless kind, didn't take to rules or the work in line. But he had his daddy's eyes and grinned till the war came round and pulled him in. The letter stopped in 43, and no one's heard from him since Normandy. But that old man still walks each night, lantern swinging like a soul in flight. The river holds what we can't mend, like echoes carried on the wind. And maybe love don't need a sign, just a little faith and a little time. The lantern by the river glows, a beacon in the dark that only he knows. Eyes on the fall, heart in the flame. He calls his boy by a whisper name. No one knows if he'll ever return, but some lights were made to burn and burn. They're made to wave through grief and grace and shine like love in a sacred place. He's still there where the river bends.
He stands alone as the trumpets cry,
And a hard eyes to the sky. Flags wave slow in the morning haze. Another year, another name. Kids toss candy by his boots. He don't smile, he never could. There's too much silence in the chairs, too many ghosts he sees clear. And he walks in the last parade with empty boots and broken nails. They came back folded, wrapped in stars. Now he carries every scar. The marching band don't play their song, but he hums it when he walks alone. For those who stayed where they were laid, he walks for them in the last parade. Charlie laughed when the shells came down, said we'll drink again in our hometown. But war don't wait for promises, just fire and fate and what is. He writes to moms when words don't fit, leaves out things they shouldn't get. And every year he dons the gray, says I'm the lucky one who stayed. Tap still haunts his sleep some nights. He lights a flame when the wind is right, says their names beneath his breath, like a prayer for peace or what's left. So he walks in the last parade with memories time can't take away. Not for glory, not for pride, but for the ones who never got to ride. They don't stand here, but they ain't gone. He still feels them marching on. And though the world forgets their names, he walks for them in the last parade. When it's my time, save me a place. There's a ribbon tied to the old farm date, faded gold, but she ties it straight. Been 20 years come every June, still she hums his baby tune. She walks the path in her Sunday dress, watering roses, cleaning the steps. Neighbors pass, but no one dares to ask how long hope hangs. And she says if he's out there, let him know this little porch light still softly glows. The world moves on, but not my gate, not these ribbons I still place. She don't need proof or a folded name, just that yellow thread in wind and rain. It's love that waits and won't deflate. These ribbons on the gate, she keeps his room just like he left. Baseball glove and flannel vest. A letter came, but not enough. Just the words, he's gone, but not in dust. And still she writes each holiday, tells him how the dog still plays. leaves it on the windowsill, like someday he might read it still. Time don't heal what hope won't bend, and some goodbyes just never end. You can move the clocks and change the days, but a mother's love won't hesitate. So if you're out there, hear her cry, like prayer stitched into country sky. That old oak gate still swings in place, and that ribbon flutters with her grace. It's worn and frayed, but still holds tight, like lullabies whispered every night. It's not goodbye, it's just our way, with ribbons on the gate. One more year, one more ribbon. Boots in the sand, sky burning gold, letter half wrote, feeling years old. I watch the sun slip like a ghost over dunes where nothing grows. Our rifle leans by the old stone wall, but tonight my thoughts drift far from it all, back to a porch with sweet tea in hand, and your hair blowing soft through the southern land. And the desert wind don't carry your name, just dust and silence, an old refrain. But I still see you beneath that sky, barefoot laughing, fireflies flying by. You're my shade in this burning fight, the thought that holds me through the night. I'm a long way gone, but I get by, chasing dreams of that southern sky. Camels cry where the Humvee rolls, I trace your name in the desert soil. They say this war make men boys, but I trade my stripes just to hear your voice. A letter came from Mama last week, said you fixed the fence by the Cotton Creek. She said you still wear my old shirt some days, the one I left when I went away. I ain't sure when I'll make it home, but I keep your picture in my coat. Every time this sky turns red, I hear your voice in my head. And the desert wind don't carry your name, but I'll whisper it through the dark just the same. You're the calm in my soldier's cry, prayer I breathe to the southern sky. Tell the stars I'm coming soon, leave a light on by your room. I'll find my way through sand guided home by that southern sky. Still here, but happening with you.
He wrote it down by candlelight, somewhere past the second night. Dust and fire in every breath, he held on tight to what he had left. He spelled her name with trembling hands, a little shaky from the desert sand. Folded the page and signed his truth. I'll be home soon, and only for you. But the letter never left his path, tucked beside a photograph. He meant to send it come the dawn, but war don't wait and time moves on. Now it sits in a box of old, stained with dirt and stories untold. A promise penned with hope and grace, a fallen heart in a soldier's place. She got the news with shaking knees, a folded flag, not memories. They handed her the box, then left, like grief is quick and pain forgets. She found his words a week too late, still sealed beneath a twist of fate. And as she read each line he wrote, the tears fell soft like every note. He said, we'll build a porch, little home. You'll plant the garden, I'll stack the stone. We'll dance again when the war is through. But the stars came first, and he never knew. So the letter lives inside a drawer, folded neat and nothing more. But every line still holds him near, like he whispers through her every tear. Some words are lost, some dreams derail, and some hearts break through paper trails. It never left, but it always stayed, the letter he never mailed. There's a cough from the bunk, then a cigarette flare. Someone laughs low, trying not to care. Boots by the door, dog tags hanging still, the kind of quiet that gives your bones a chill. He says, you think you'll make it past this week? I just nod, we don't talk that deep. But in the dark, we all confess to ghosts we carry on our chests. These are the whispers in the barracks at night, words you won't say by morning light. Truth's too raw for the light of day, so we speak 'em soft and look away. Fears we drink, dreams we fake, wounds we hide but can't escape. Some things you only say in the shade, in whispers that never fade. Someone pulls out a photo in a rusted tin, says she's waiting back home in Abilene. Another nods, but his eyes don't lift. There's a name on his lips he'll never admit. We talk of girls and pickup trucks, of stupid dares and high school love. But beneath it all, there's something cold, like we've aged too fast and grown too old. And when the lights go out and breathing slows, you hear the things no one shows. Letters half sent and dreams half dead, and all the things we leave unsaid. Still the whispers rise in the dark again, like quiet songs from tired men. We don't cry, we don't dare speak, but every night we start to leak little truths that no one claims, like candlelight in a house of shame. And though the war still lies ahead, we whisper, but we won't say out loud instead. See you in the morning, if we're lucky.